So guys, vlog number 3. Welcome. Hope you enjoyed the first 2. Number 3 might get a little bit more opinionated than the first couple, so let's see. Got the glasses on, giving it a try. Don't seem to be getting as much glare from the screen as you can see. Not doing it at night for a change, so hopefully this might work a little better. Anyway, the vlog today is going to be about post MLG, pre i50, and also about the big announcement this week in the UK and EU CoD scene of Gfinity doing a CoD Pro League, which will be really interesting. So, first of all, post MLG, did a couple of previews for 360 icons before the event, and one was on Optic, one was on Complexity, and some about the British teams. And to be fair, I don't want to say it, but I told you so. Optic, my comments pre-tournament were that at the end of Black Ops 2 they looked a little bit uncohesive, lost their way a little bit, no teamwork, stuff like that. And to be fair, even with getting the coach on board, it seemed a little bit like that again. So there's no real surprises that Optic ended up not faring badly as such, but not doing as well as they would have expected. I won't touch on Complexity just yet, I'll come to them at the end. The British teams, well, Shocks, let's talk Shocks. Injustice, I'd hold my hands up. I can't say that coming into the event I knew much about them, if anything at all, but again, Shock. So it's good to see. I said before the event that Ghost being a new game would offer a level playing field and would probably mean that you would get some Shocks and some teams that probably have worked hard on the game, and you know, because there's no history to it. So from that point of view, we're probably going to get Shocks. So somebody like Justice coming in and doing as well as they did, with hindsight, probably isn't so much of a shock as it was when it actually happened. But the British teams, TCM, Epsilon, I think we all hope for big things from them. Must say TCM did incredibly well, got some good results over there. I think really that goes to show the hard work they put in beforehand, the tournaments that they went on, the online tournaments that they did, the practice they put in. The hard work really paid off for those guys, so well done to the TCM guys. They put in a great effort. Epsilon, I would suggest that the guys there probably felt they could have done a bit better than they actually did. Got some good results after going into the losers bracket, but overall I would think they probably felt they underperformed a little bit. But again, sort of the opposite to TCM, I guess. I think that Epsilon would probably felt that they didn't get as much tournament practice or scrim practice as they could have done, given that they couldn't do a lot of the online stuff because they were getting booted and stuff like that. That's my guesstimation anyway, so you know, who knows. But yeah, MLG coming to the big boys, Complexity. As I say, I did a preview of those guys, said that they had the cohesion, actually everything opposite to Optic. They had the cohesion, they had the teamwork, they had the energy, they had, you know, the calmness under pressure. Let's face it, you know, they were, you know, they were on the verge of being, I won't say humiliated, but having a real shock with TCM, and they pulled it out of the bag every time and showed, you know, just what the consummate pros they are. So really isn't that much of a surprise, even though it's a new game. It really isn't that much of a surprise that those guys went on and won it, because they took the cohesion and the teamwork that they had at the back end of Black Ops and took it into Go. So well done to Complexity. All round good event. This weekend, i50 starting. Interesting. Twitter has been awash with things happening pre i50. From what I can make out, it appears as though TCM are the only team that are going to be there, that are going to offer a full strength squad, and the normal squad that they would go into an event with. So personally speaking, I can't see beyond TCM from the teamwork and cohesion point of view. The rest of the teams, there's a lot of pickups going on. Only last night, Orbit announced that they picked up Swanee as an AR for the event. And also you've got other Epsilon guys and the tech guys that have just reformed. Unfortunately, not been able to get together for this event, but they're going to be picking up for other teams. So it's going to be a real mishmash of teams. So it's, again, you know, much like MLG, it's apart from TCM, I would guess being a clear favourite. The rest are a real mixed bag. So I wouldn't like to predict anything for iSeries. It's going to be interesting. I don't know how it's going to work out, but hey, we'll see this weekend, and keep tuned and let's see what's going on with that. Lastly, Gfinity. Wow. They've organised some great events so far. G1 and G2 went down really well with the scene. And this week they announced that they are going to be launching a Pro CoD League in the UK/Europe, consisting of TCM, Epsilon, Aware Gaming, SK, Vitality, and Meet Your Maker, the new guys. So interesting. I have sent some questions over to Melmoth to try and get his response on that and get some feedback from him. Hopefully have that soon, and get an article and a blog done on that, see what the ideas behind it were, how it will maybe integrate with MLG, Pro Points, etc. See how they came to the decision on the makeup of the teams involved, and how in future that might affect teams wanting to come into the league, teams being relegated from the league. What else did I ask? What format it'll take, whether there'll be a match every night, how it'll be streamed, what will go along with it in terms of qualification for Gfinity LAN events, will it affect that? So lots of interesting stuff to come from this Gfinity Pro League. I think we'll all be sort of glued to it to start off with, and it's good that it's giving something in the UK, the teams in the UK, a little bit more exposure. Particularly as I said, going into MLG Columbus, it was really weird to see how the UK or European teams would gain pro points to stand on a level footing with the American teams. It seemed difficult from my point of view. I guess blinkered European point of view, you look at something like Major League Baseball, they call it the World Series, but only American teams take part in it. It had an element of that to it, and I know MLG is open to European teams competing in their events to earn pro points, but it's not that easy, I guess. So for something like this to come in, it'll be interesting to see if it is linked to pro points and MLG, and if then the European and UK teams get easier access to MLG events because on the back of this. If that is the case, then great, it's opening the scene up. Hopefully there'll be a universal rule set applied as well. I'm sure that's something that a lot of the teams will be pushing for. That way everybody works on, again, a level playing field. That's all we can ask for. So yeah, that's about it for the time being. Hopefully have a nice little review for you guys soon. Should be getting a Scuff Hybrid soon. So I'll be doing another one of my average gamer reviews, and tell you how that goes down. Other than that, that's it. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that like button if you can. Follow me on Twitter. Give me a shout out. I'll always reply back. And that's it for now, guys. Thanks very much.